I'll just introduce, we're so excited to be here today with the amazing Wesley Veiga, who is probably one of the most organized people that I know, in addition to being one of the most wonderful humans that I know. Wesley is going to share with us on the eve of his graduation coming up on the big graduation at Cal, Saturday, May 11th, and then the graduation in sociology, and then in the Ed Minor on Monday, May 13th, and heading off to be a teacher in LA next year. And we're just so excited. And thank you. We've been talking about this happy hour for quite a while, and we're really thrilled that you were able to make time in your schedule to share your organizational tips and tricks with us. And we also just wanted to have some time to celebrate and be with you before you go off and do even more wonderful things than you already have. So I'll hand it over to you, Wesley.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Mara. Thanks everybody for being here. This is kind of like what I was telling Mara before y'all hopped on, is like an accumulation, I feel like, of like all like the tips and tricks and tools and just like little things that people have taught me, even things that Mara and John have taught me over the years too. So yeah, so it's gonna be pretty informal, mainly just kind of like each slide. I'm just gonna go over a different kind of tool. And then yeah, I think Mara just dropped in the chat the notes that we're gonna be doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and share screen. And then I'll get started with my presentation. But yeah, let's see here. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Okay, so here's my little presentation. If anything pops up, and also if you guys want to like see anything in more detail, like you want me to pull up one of these websites, I made sure to hyperlink in case I want to share these slides after to all of the resources. So if you want me to explain something more or go step by step for one of these resources, feel free just to stop me, raise your hand, or just drop some in the chat too. But yeah, so here's my happy hour with Wesley, talking about some organizational and academic tools. I split it up into two sections, as you can see. So first, some of the organizational tools I've used, and then some like academic stuff that I've used here and there as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okie doke. Okay, so first, we're going to start out with our organizational tools. Okay, so the first tool, obviously, I feel like everybody's probably most familiar with is Google Calendar. I think a few things I want to highlight about Google Calendar, and here's some screenshots. One is this event that John created for our recent AERA conference, and some really important things I think that some people overlook. I know everybody knows how to put a title for the most part, the location and the time, but I use Google Calendar all the time. People know me for scheduling it literally for anything, just casual things with my friends or just academic things as well. And one really cool thing that I love is the description feature. So as you can see here in the bottom, can you guys see my mouse too, like where I'm kind of pointing at? Okay, perfect. So yeah, so as you can see here in the bottom, John put some really important key details about the event. And I think this is really helpful because I feel like usually when you're scheduling an event, you think that you're gonna remember exactly like what's going on or all the details, or like, oh, hey, like I need to remember to take a picture of something, or send something to someone. This is a really great place to put it. Also, every single event that I create in my calendar, I always put the link of where I found that event. So for example, if I found like a fun event to do with my friends on Instagram, I'll include that Instagram link there, because I know when it's like hectic, or like if I just have my phone and I need to like pull up the more detailed information really quickly, I'll have it right there in my Google Calendar. Another great way of using these kind of links, like as John put, for this particular session at the conference, was putting a link to the conference or that session, that session's details. So that just helps putting everything in the same place as well. Also, some other features I like using a lot on Google Calendar is the duplicate feature. So like if you have an event, oh, here's Carla. Hey, Carla. But yeah, if you have an event that you are going to be doing multiple times, or that's really similar, you can easily just duplicate that event and just change it up a little bit. Also, you can make sure that events are repeating too. That's really helpful, especially for all the classes that I have with reoccurring events and places. So yeah, so those are just a few features. Also, another feature that you can see up here on the screen are all the other calendars that I use as well. So like you can see the UC Links calendar, some of the clubs I'm in, and it's really nice because I don't know if everybody knows this, but you can toggle them on and off too. So if you do want to see like a certain calendar at one point, but don't at another point, it's really easy for that as well. And then last but not least, another key feature that I like about Google Calendar is the working hours. And I think this is really great for like setting boundaries. And a lot of like my peers and like colleagues have used this too. And it just lets people know that like they're not comfortable setting meetings after a certain time. So yeah, so there's a bunch of settings that like you can also just look at in the settings feature on Google Calendar, that you can go through as well. But yeah, these are just some of the few highlights that I have. And yeah, again, I'm going to move on to the next one, but if there's ever any questions or you want me to go more into detail, or I can go off the presentation and kind of like go into the actual app, then let me know. But yeah, I have quite a few to get through, so we can always do that at the end as well. But yeah, cool. All right, so the next one I'm going to go into is when to meet. So when to meet is a really, really, really great one. I'm sure that anyone in the UC Links network has seen us send this out a few times. But if you are unfamiliar or you haven't created one before, this is kind of what the creation looks like. It's incredibly easy. You don't even need an account for it, which is really nice. And all you do is you just need a name of the event, and you just pick some dates and times. And this is really nice when you have at least maybe like more than maybe 2 or 3 people. And I know even just for like casual things with my friends, when like we're scheduling like, oh hey, when can we like go out to like the park and have a picnic or something? Even for things as simple as that, like it just makes things a lot easier than having to like, go back and forth on emails and text threads. So this is a really great resource as well. After you set the times, you create it, you send that link out, and then people will just fill that in. Again, they don't even need an account either. And then of course, the time with the most overlap is the one that you choose to use. Love the background, Carla, too. Thanks for being here. Love to see you. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move
Can I
on to
ask
the
a
next.
question?
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing that, and I don't know if you were going to show this, but one
Yeah.
thing that I had a really hard time with and had to ask John about is if you want to plan a date that is not shown on that little box. Like if
Mhm.
you want to plan a date after May 25th.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Were you asking me a question though?
Oh
Were you
yeah,
saying
I didn't know if you
how do you do
wanted to
that? Okay,
show
okay,
that.
cool. Oh yeah, perfect. Oh yeah. So I can pull up so yeah, so if you did want to do so is this what you mean here? Like for example, like doing days of the week versus
No, like if you want to do something on May 26th and it's not in that grid.
uh oh, that's a good question. Do you know how to do that, Maria?
John showed me, but it wasn't intuitive. Maybe John, do you want to?
Um, oh, okay. So basically, you just click on the week, like April, May on the left, and then drag it. It's not into. I mean, it's not. There is no way to, you see,
Oh, like
or
this.
drag it
Oh,
up,
okay, cool.
and
And
then
then
you can
drag it
see
up.
other. Yeah,
Oh,
Oh, okay,
good,
cool.
yeah.
good
It's kind of
trick
tricky
there.
because
Okay,
you do
nice.
not see the scroll bar, so you have
Yeah.
no idea that that's actually movable.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't know that either. That's a good
more
point.
cool.
Yeah. No, thanks for bringing that up, Mara. Cool. Awesome. Well, yeah. So now yeah, you have even more flexibility, especially if it's like far ahead too. That's awesome. Okie doke. All right. Thanks for bringing that up, Mara. Okay, let's go ahead and get back into the resources here. All right. So next one, Google Spreadsheets. Google Spreadsheets, I love so much. It's something also that Mara and John kind of like supported me and helped me out with. And they use a ton. And this is just one that I created for some like job opportunities I was looking into. And so like for example, you can use as many categories as you want. I put like the company, the type. One thing that I wanted to note here too is that like there's so many different options. So like for opportunity type, the type of selection I wanted to make was like a drop down. And so I wouldn't have to type in like the same things every single time. Same with like the location, especially during COVID times. It was nice to know if it was gonna be hybrid or in person. And yeah, same with like interest at the end too. It was like a lot easier. It's really nice for like doing hyperlinks and stuff as well. And also another thing that I do, like for the class I teach at Cal, I take attendance of the students. And it's like really simple and like pretty intuitive for the most part as far as like coding. I know that sounds like hard, but I just like did like a quick YouTube video, or I just like played around with the features. And like for example, whenever I typed the word present, it would turn that box green. So it's just little things like you don't need to like know coding at all or like do advanced things, but it's just like it makes you kind of feel like a coder, which is kind of fun. So that's why I just do like little kind of like things to make my life a little bit more organized. And yeah,
All
Mara,
right,
were you
can
gonna?
you, am I gonna totally screw you up if I ask for an
Oh, not at all.
example?
Oh, not at all. No. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's go here. Okie doke. Okay, so, oh wait, that's just general. Okay, I think I have my spreadsheet right here. Okie doke. Okay, so like for example, so yeah, so as you can see here, like here's like where like you'd edit the options for that. And then if I wanted to make like, let's see, the coding thing, let's see, filter. Oh yeah, so it'd be like create a filter. Is that right? Or that's, oh yeah, I think, is it create a new filter? Is that how you do it?
I didn't know
I
about
think
that.
I think you gotta choose the top row that would
Yeah.
have like the filtering. So
Oh,
um
yes.
what I do, what I try to do here is like, and I don't know if that's a requirement or not, but that's something I always do to apply filters is I delete any blank row that we have on top of the header. So the first one would be, you know, hours, location, paid, pros, yada yada. So oh, there you go. Maybe you don't need it. Why don't we try maybe highlighting all the headings of that table?
Like
And
this.
click on the filter. Yeah, I think like that's gonna work. If you click on those three there, and then
Oh,
values, and then
Yeah. Okay,
you
yeah.
can
Yeah,
search
this makes more
and also
sense.
yeah, and then arrange as well
Okay.
if you need to.
Okay, yeah, yes, yeah. So this is where I was at. So yeah, so like filter by condition, for example, I think.
hmm.
And then yeah, so you can do more specific things. So like text is exactly, and then like if you, yeah, for example, had like a certain word that you knew was gonna come up a bunch and you wanted that to be like a certain color or something, then like you can like type that there. And I think that was like was that kind of like what you were talking about, Mara? I think like filtering. Yeah, okay,
And
perfect,
how did you
perfect, yeah.
make the little drop down menus? Yeah. How did you
Yeah,
start
that right
that?
there. So this was like also part of like just like one of these features up here.
Oh,
And yeah, like John said, like you could just like choose the row and stuff, and then you can like add like different like items here. So yeah, so if you wanted like something else or like a different option, and then you could have like, yeah, again, like all these different options, like depending
hmm.
on what you want. But I just wanted, yeah, just like a simple drop down. So yeah, that's kind of what I did there.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, totally, totally. Yeah, no, thanks for the questions. And yeah, hopefully I know I'm not, as you can see, I'm not like an expert on these things too, but hopefully I can like help and like and all of us can help too. So yeah, if you guys know anything that I don't, please add to because I would love that. All right, great. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back into here. Okie doke. All right, so yeah, so this is kind of like just one way that I've been using Google Spreadsheet. Notes app. The Notes app is incredibly super helpful. I know it's only for iPhone users, but I'm sure other like types of phones and stuff also have something similar. But what I do like about the Notes app is like, for example, this is for one of my nutrition classes, and it's really great way to like to make tables. I use the Notes app to make tables in a more kind of like I guess to kind of distinguish how I use Google Spreadsheet and the Notes app is if you know that you're going to need something that's very accessible, especially on the go. So if you're going to be like, you know, you're going to be out at like, for example, a grocery list and you don't have access like to your laptop or like the Google Docs or spreadsheets, this is a really great way to do it. So like, for example, I knew like when I was out or eating or something, I would want to make sure to be able to update this. So I would keep a table here. It's really great if you want to do like expenses. I kept my AERA costs on here too, which is really nice because I knew I would be like on the go and just need to add it really quickly. Also, like I said, like grocery lists and stuff, like it's really nice for like putting check boxes so you can check things off. And then the feature on the right that not everybody knows about, but it's a really great scanning feature too. So if you ever need to scan documents, it's really nice because I just scanned this morning, and it was actually just on the computer, so you could see how crisp and clear it comes out. And this is just one of the syllabi for one of my classes. And yeah, it can all just kind of be in one place. So yeah, Notes app is very useful. Yeah.
You can scan something from the Notes app?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel
I
like
think
You
John
can
and
you
Wesley's
John
can
gonna
talked
take
about
us
that
into
briefly.
the
yeah.
Matrix or
You
something.
can scan documents and you just hover it and it just requires that the surface where you put the paper or whatever document you're gonna scan, it has like a contrasting kind of like
Mhm.
close to solid color so it can capture and the quality is really good. It's really good. And you can scan multiple pages. I think it's up to 30 pages or 20 pages and you can combine them in one single PDF.
Oh, look at that. I found it. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
isn't that cool? Yeah. Yeah, and also it's like an auto scan thing, like John said too. So like you don't even need to like select, like you literally just put it up and then it just scans it for you. And then from there you can save it to your phone, you can email it to people. And yeah, I know some people who literally just like create a new note on their phone just to scan something, just because like how convenient it is. But yeah, and I think one of the things to note too is like if you do have like a whole like Mac ecosystem, as people say, or like a bunch of Mac products, like you can pull up the Notes app on like your computer as well. And then it's super easy to like pull up those scan documents or like notes or anything on all of your different devices. Yeah, so I think that's one helpful thing as well.
It
Cool.
looks like
Okay.
this, Diana. It looks like, I mean, if you find it, it looks like it's that little, oh, I guess this won't work. I was gonna just try to show you, but because I have my background.
Oh wait, I think, let's see. Yeah, it should just say notes on like your, like if you have an iPhone, do you have an iPhone down there? Oh, cool, you got it. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, notes is super, super duper helpful. Okay, cool. Alrighty, let's go ahead and go to the next one. Okay, so tasks. This is one, if I could like list probably top 3 tools that I use, absolutely could not live without. The task feature I think is incredibly helpful. It's directly linked inside of like Google Calendar. If you use Google Calendar, you can see right here this little button. That's like how you can get to all the tasks. So normally when you open Google Calendar, it'll come up like, of course, everybody's probably familiar with this view. But if you want to see the tasks in particular, you would just click on that little check mark there. So as you can see on the top, I put everything, all my tasks. The nice thing about tasks too is that you could put, if you want it on like a particular day, you can drag them and move them across. Like if you don't get to it on a particular day, this is where I put like my homework assignments, my assignments for classes, if I need to send emails, delete subscriptions, whatever I need to do on a day-to-day basis. Just because I feel like for me, it's easy to visualize everything I need to do all in one like app or place. So I'll see like, oh, hey, today, like I have an assignment due, but also like at like 3 p.m. I have a meeting and stuff. So it's kind of like all those things that you need to get done in one day, all in one place. The nice thing the nice thing here as well is like, for example, you can see like I need to book my grad pics. So you can put little notes about it too. So like I put an Instagram account that I want to follow up with about like getting grad pics. You can also do reoccurring tasks as well. So like my time card being due, I make sure that I put that like every couple Saturdays, like watering my plants, for example, like putting that every Sunday. So just little things like that. And it stays all at the top of your calendar too. So again, it's just always there. Yeah. Any questions about tasks or anything?
Can you show us again, like where you access that?
Yes, absolutely. So basically here, I can just like show you my Google Calendar pretty briefly. Okay, so you can see that here. So like you would just click this right here, that little button, and then you could see like all of like the kind of like tasks up
Mhm.
here. Does that make
And then
sense?
how do you add a task?
So for adding a task, so I literally just click like right here, and then it just adds it right away. So you just click on task after that, and then you can like type whatever you want, and
Oh, so
then yeah, and
instead
then you
of
can like
making
type all
an
the description and
event,
stuff.
I see, you
Yeah,
make it a
exactly. Yeah.
task.
Yeah, and if you want it to be at a certain time too, then you can, check mark like off like all day, and then you just put it like whatever time you want it to be at during the day. And then again, you can do the repeat feature, which is really nice too.
That's handy dandy.
Coolio. Awesome. Okay, I'll discard that. I'll go back here. Okie doke. But yeah, tasks like super, super helpful. Highly recommend. It makes sure also just like it keeps everything out of my mind and keeps it all on paper, which helps me a lot. So yeah, helps a ton. Alrighty. Okay, bookmarks is another, I would say, top 3 for me that I could not live without. I'm very, very diligent about my bookmarks. But like as you can see, I'll just exit out really quick. Like this is what I'm referring to, this tab up here on Chrome. So I have a bookmark for pretty much everything, every job, every class that I have, every like extracurricular. And so I pulled up the UC Links one just for an example. And you can see, so I have my UC Links note stock, which I'll talk about Google Docs in a bit as well, like my time card. And then also you can have subfolders. So like, for example, at our AERA conference, I broke it down by like my own AERA notes, followed by like all the office hours we had, our meetings, some emails that I thought were important as well. So again, just things that like, because I know like I forget links a lot and just like, and it's just it makes my life so much easier. And I'll show you how to create one too. So like, for example, if I wanted to bookmark this somewhere, this is how I do it. This is personally easiest for me. I just drag this right here and put it wherever I need it to go. So if I want it again to go into a particular folder, go up here. That's probably the easiest way that I would do it.
Wait, you
But
were
I know
just
that there's,
dragging what? You were just
oh yeah.
dragging the URL? Oh, that
So yeah, so
little.
you see this little icon here. I just drag it and put it in. I think that's the easiest way. You can also like go into the bookmark manager and do other things. But for me, that's the easiest. I will show you another way. This little star that you see right here at the top, bookmark this tab. You can click on that and then you can click, it just automatically adds it somewhere. So that's why I kind of like doing it the other way. It's just easier to drag and
That's
drop.
very cool. I didn't know
Um,
you could drag it.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. Dragging is super, super easy. But then also, yeah, you can do edit and then you can change like where you want it to be. And yeah, that's like another really easy way too. And you can change the name of it and all that good stuff. And you can always remove it too or change it to like a different like place later. But yeah, bookmarks, incredibly helpful, super, super good. Alrighty. Next is Gmail. I know everybody's familiar with Gmail. A little flex, or I don't know if this is a flex, but I try to read all my emails, so I have no unread emails at all. Like I try to really stay on it. It's just like, again, something like to get off my mind. But yeah, so that's something about me. I would say to help with that, because my friends are always asking me like, how do you not have any unread emails? Because I just took this picture today. And like I would unsubscribe from things that like I know people just are like, oh, I'll just click off it or ignore it. But it really adds up. So like if there's ever an email or like a subscription, because we all know that every single account signs us up for everything, just go in there and just take the extra step just to unsubscribe from it right there. And like that will just take away like all that worry from that account. Also, I think the one thing that I want to highlight here in Gmail is the labels feature. So I love this feature because like, for example, you could see like my graduation labels. So everything, it reminds me like what I've registered for, where my like, and you can see here too, like I have it under like multiple ones. So I also have it under receipts. So like any like tickets that I bought, but you can also use the starred tab too for like really important things. But again, kind of why I read all my emails too is like is a way for me to recognize like that I haven't done something yet is an unread email. So like I'll leave it unread, and that like kind of makes me like make sure that I'll get to it. Yeah, because I haven't like read it yet. So yeah, so that's kind of my little tips and trick for Gmail. But I know everyone's pretty familiar with it. So yeah, cool. Yeah. Alrighty, Linktree. So Linktree is something new for UC Links as well, and it's something that we've also used for Bold too. So I know that Girl is familiar with it, but we kind of it's a really nice tool because you only need one link. I think that's the really cool thing about it, and then you can kind of go in. And for this one, I will give a little demonstration. So it's really nice because one, you can see the analytics. So if you're especially concerned on like how are people using my links, this is a really great option. We used this at the UC Links conference for the first time, and it was really nice because we were able to see what was most useful for people. So, for example, like what sessions were the most useful, what documents, like was parking information useful. So this kind of helps us tell for next year what we may include and may not include. It's really nice because you put all the links here. You can toggle them on and off, whatever links you want to show up on the link tree. You can put a little bio. You can put pictures for each one of these by just adding a little thumbnail. And again, yeah, like I said, you can toggle them on and off, which is really nice. You don't have to delete the whole thing. You can change the title, you can change the link. And then basically what it would look like is when you type in like Linktree and you go to like our UC links, this is like what the public view would see. So you see it's really crystal clear. And then for example, whatever you wanted to go to, and then you just click on it and you get that link right there. So it's really nice. I feel like it makes it kind of easier on everybody. And then also you can put headers here too. So like you can see, here's ways to get in touch with us. Here's information still from the conference. And then here's our AERA stuff. So yeah, that's a little bit about Linktree. Coolio. Let me double check the chat. Okay, we got an awesome. All right, so Google Docs. Google Docs is another one of my faves. It's probably also on that like top 3 list of things that I could not live without. I know everybody's familiar with Google Docs, but the way that I use it, like I pretty much start Google Doc for any like project that I'm going to work on. Again, any job that I do, just anything. Just because I feel like it's a really like great place to like consolidate everything. These are like my personal notes, and like as you can see, I'll kind of connect things. So like going back to the bookmarks, you see that UC links notes that I was talking about. So like every single one of those bookmarks that you see at the top, like my decal, my other jobs, like Bold, for example, I always have like some sort of notes Google Doc so I can keep like everything in one place. So the ways that I use it are like, as you can see here, kind of like my tasks that I have for UC links, some ongoing stuff that I worked on. The nice thing is you can have like check boxes, so you can check things off. You can strike things through when you're done with things. And when you click on the checkbox and you click that you've completed it, it automatically strikes that through. I think it's Google Docs has really incorporated nice adding other documents. So you can see how kind of like aesthetic and clean it looks to like add like happy hour notes and like to add even PDFs or spreadsheets. It makes it look really nice and convenient. And then something on the left-hand side that I know a lot of the UC links docs uses as well is this outline feature. And I think that's really nice just because all you have to do is just click on one of those and it takes you right to that section of the doc. So if I need to go to my tasks that aren't as urgent or some that I've completed or go to the 2024 conference prep stuff, I can easily get to those things. And obviously we all know how easy it is to share Google stuff with people. But yeah, oh yeah, I think the main thing that I would say about this way of using Google Docs though is that like all of my docs that I have as notes are all private to me. So it's really nice because I just like type whatever I want, whatever I need. And I always have like a personal doc for like any sort of like thing that I'm accomplishing. So yeah, that's kind of how I use Google Docs. All right, slides go. So this is how this presentation that I made was actually created. Slides go is really, really, really cool, really helpful. We also share this with our bold students too. I'll pull up slides go right here. They just changed the logo and actually updated some new features too, which I think is really cool. So you saw I literally just typed in university community and some stuff came up. Obviously, you decide whether it's relevant or not. But basically, slides go gives you a bunch of templates for different slides, and for the most part, they're all free and easy to use. If they're not free, of course, there's like paid subscriptions. But basically, you'd like look at these, and if you're like, oh, this one looks kind of cool, you can easily just kind of toggle through the slides here. You can see if it's something that you might like. All of this information, as you can see, is just very general information that you fill in yourself. And then all you do is you just click download, and then you put if you use PowerPoint, you can use it as a PowerPoint file, or you can just use it as a Google Slides file, and it will download right into your own Google account. And then you can use that template, and it just makes life so much easier. So you don't have to start from scratch, and then also so that like you kind of get it tailored towards whatever project you're doing. So yeah, so it gives you a lot of freedom. Another cool tool that I actually just found about as I was making this presentation is they have new AI stuff. So as we've all seen like AI kind of taking over different platforms. It creates like some icebreakers if you wanted, some exit tickets, and even like a presentation too. So if you go in here and you do get started, you can just type in like organization. That's what your topic's going to be on, how many slides you want, what you want it kind of to look like, what language you want it to be in, what's like the kind of the tone of it, and then it will generate you like a whole presentation like template that you can use. And then from there, you can download that into your Google Slides. So again, super cool platform, all free and super easy to use. You don't even need an account, I'm pretty sure, for most of the stuff. And as you can see, yeah, it just kind of generated me a whole slide deck. Obviously, some stuff will be relevant, some stuff won't be. But yeah, that's the beauty of it, is you can go in and kind of make it your own. Yeah, that's Slides Go. There's others as well, like Slides Carnival and other ones, but I think Slides Go is the one that I've used the most. Amazing. Alrighty. So now I'm going to talk a bit about. Oh yeah, thanks for dropping the link in the chat there, Mara. So Chrome extensions. Chrome extensions are incredibly useful as well. Here are a few of the ones that I have. So like for example, VPNs. This one's like a video speed control, which is really nice. Like if you ever have a YouTube video or just like a lecture that you want to go faster or maybe even slower to comprehend it, an ad blocker. So yeah, so let me exit out so I can kind of show you those. So here's where you can find extensions just in this little puzzle piece right here. And then, for example, there's one for Grammarly, which I'm going to talk about in academic tools, like bibliography ones. And yeah, it's just super useful because these, and again, I'll talk about these a little bit more in a second, but it's like, they're like small things that you can add to your like Chrome that make life a bit easier. So again, all these are very tailored. So it's just like whatever you find most useful. And later in the presentation, I'll talk about some of the extensions I use. Shortcuts. Oh yeah, and then also just about the extensions too. If you just go to this website or type in just like Chrome extensions, this is where like you download them. So you'd search whatever extension that you'd want to use, and then you just download it straight into your Chrome. Yeah, cool. Yeah. All right, let's go back into this. Okay, so shortcuts. Shortcuts is another, again, Google kind of Chrome option. So as you can see, this is kind of just like my main page here. Like when you first open up Google, like this is what you'd see, of course, without this little box here. So you click this thing that says add shortcut right on the right. And then whatever, I would say like whatever, if you use like a certain link, like on a day-to-day basis, this would be like the fastest way to get to it, even before like using a bookmark. Like I think it's even faster than that. So like, for example, my calendar, my Gmail, like my Cal Central, those are things I'm on like all day, all the time. So those are things I would make a shortcut for. And it just makes life a lot easier. You just type whatever name you want it to look like. So I did the UC Links website, type in the URL, and then it just, like you can see this little icon on the left for the calendar, it just populates right there. And then you just click on it whenever you need it. So yeah, makes it a bit quicker. Awesome. Okay.
Can you,
Yes.
so that's like when you pull up a new page and there's like if you don't customize them, then they just put those things on there, like the things that you went to most frequently, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So
And
that's another thing too. Yeah. So you can make your own.
you can just press the little plus and then put in all the places that you go all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. So then you can have your most common ones.
So nice.
Yeah. Super easy. Okie doke. All right, so that's the shortcuts there. So now I'm going to get into a few like team management platforms or team platforms that I like to use too. This one don't have as much experience in, but I definitely wanted to mention it. It's called Asana, and the person who led this account, as you can see, hasn't paid the subscription anymore, so you can't see a whole bunch. But this was nice because in the student government office I was in, it was nice because we had like, as you can see in the top, there's like 15 people on here or something, and it just like keeps everything organized by like assigning people tasks. It has a timeline feature that you can see up here, a calendar. So it just keeps like all the work stuff in one place. Yeah, so I don't have as much experience, but just as an option if you want to look into that. As you can see, it might cost money, so it may not be ideal, but it does keep things really organized. Slack is, I think, a really, really great feature. This is the Berkeley School of Education undergraduate Slack that some may be familiar with, but here's just like a post that I put in there. It's really nice because this is another like workspace, and I think it's one of the most organized workspaces, and also I think it's free like to create a channel. As you can see here on the channels, you can create like different channels for different like subjects. You can also create private channels if there's like a group of directors that you just want them to see certain things. You can have direct messages with people as well. So for example, in the opportunities channel, I don't own this Slack, but this is just one that I'm a part of. In the opportunities channel, like I just posted like, oh, hey, this is something that was shared with me by somebody. If anybody wants to like apply to this position or learn more about it, feel free to check this out. And you could put hyperlinks, you can schedule send it. And it's just a really great place for everybody to be at like on the same page. And as you can see up here, there's like 60 people in here, so you can have lots of people on this platform. But yeah.
We
Alrighty.
did Sandy
Yes.
Simpkins, the one of the PIs at UC Irvine, did an appy hour on Slack a couple of years ago, probably during the pandemic also. And different people have said at different times that we should, maybe we should be switching from email to Slack. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I'll just put the link to that appy hour tutorial in case anybody.
Yeah, that'd be super helpful. Yeah, I feel like I could probably spend like an hour just going through all the Slack features too, because Slack is so useful and there's so many little things that you can do on there. So yeah, I'm glad that we have a resource for that. Awesome, cool. All right, so there's Slack. Next one is Trello. So Trello is something that I use for another one of my jobs, and it's again very similar to kind of like Asana, where it's like assigning tasks. And here's like one task on the right hand side that you could see. You could put like hyperlinks. You can put and it's really just nice like so that you could just be like, oh hey, can you check Trello instead of like sending everybody all the time like emails and links and all that stuff. So you can put checklists there. You can assign tasks to people. And it's, yeah, so especially if you're working with like more than a few people and just want everything in one place, as you can see, you can have headers, you can keep links here, you can keep like, for example, if you have like passwords and stuff, like all that good stuff. So yeah, so just another little workspace that's like really nice and convenient, a lot of little tools that you kind of play around with. Cool. GroupMe is really, really nice. This is the class I teach at Cal, the GroupMe that we have. And basically, again, it's a place, it's a more so like a group chat messaging place, but it's like a little bit more formal than using like iMessage. And also if everybody doesn't have an iPhone, which usually that's like a problem for people in group chats. It's a really nice, just kind of like platform that you can use. We also use this for Bold, as you can see our little Bold group chats that I have here. And basically it's just a really great way to connect with people. And there's, again, a ton of little different features that you can use. You can send documents, you can do polls in there to see like, hey, when are people available? And yeah, so you just, and it's very easy to create. Again, it's free to create these chats. We have one for like Black students at Cal, and there's like hundreds and hundreds of students in there. So yeah, lots of really, Alrighty. Any questions before I move into the academic session or anything that people want me to go more in depth on?
That's what I was wondering if anybody wants more of a demonstration on anything. And I just put the link to the video. It was just like a 10-minute video on using Slack.
Ooh, awesome. Thank you. Amazing. Alrighty. And yeah, at the end too, if y'all like haven't noticed something that you want me to go more into, feel free to let me know. But yeah, all right. So this is kind of part two here. I'm gonna go into some academic resources that kind of found very useful. So I'm going to share those with y'all. All right. So number one is Grammarly. I'm sure that people have probably heard of this, especially as AI has gotten into the picture. It's gotten a lot more, I think, like a lot more features and things. This was just one of the UC links, like the ARA guideline documents I took from. I just copied and pasted it right into Grammarly, and then it will give you, especially for the free option, you can see there's like a premium option as well. But it will give you like a score of what you did, some suggestions that it has for you. Also, you can kind of tailor it towards like what you want to see. So if you know your audience is going to be like casual, if you know that they're going to be a group of like experts, how formal you want it to be, this is a kind of great way to kind of tailor so that the platform knows what you're looking for and what to correct and what not to correct. So yeah, so this is, and then also, oh yeah, that's what I was going to say too. Grammarly has a really nice, remember I was talking about these extensions, a really nice extension. So like any Google Doc that you're working in, so like, yeah, like any Google Doc that you're working in, you can have like the, as you can see down here, like my little Grammarly extension, and then it will go in and it takes a second to load, but it will automatically like highlight things for you inside of a Google Doc, or I can click on it, click on it, and then yeah, it will pull up here, right here on the side, and it will tell you everything that like could potentially need some, yeah, changing. So yeah, really, really good feature here. Alrighty. Okay, so besides Grammarly, we have Alyssa. Alyssa is something, it's another it's an AI feature, an AI platform. It's something that I just started using this semester. And it's really cool because basically, oh yeah, let me just show you real quick. This is another one that I think would be nice for just hands-on. So this is just something that I populated. This is a research question I'm working on for my sociology seminar this semester. And it's about how does a fear of failure impact a student's academic performance? And it's really awesome because I just typed this in, and it populates all these like papers that it thinks like could do with the topic that I'm talking about, and it even gives a summary. So it gives a summary of kind of, okay, let me take a step back. This is really nice, especially if you're going to start doing like a literature review. So this is what I really used it for, because it kind of consolidates a bunch of different resources that are out there, and it will break it down for you. So it will give you the abstract summary. So even if this is like just a very good place to start again. So like if you just want like a one sentence summary of what it's going to be about, some main findings, you can even go here to add categories. So you're like, hey, what are its methodologies? So you'd click to add that category. And then it would, of course, it's saying that it's searching over like 125 million papers. And this is all free and easy to use too. And then it'll come up with like all the methodologies. So again, AI can only be trusted so much. You definitely have to take this with a grain of salt. But it's a really great place to start, especially if you're like, hey, like I just need to know like what type of papers are out there. So you can click on the exact paper, and then it will also even take you to the link of that paper. So it'll take you here. You can go to like from here you can find like the PDF of the paper, more details about it. It makes it really easy to like cite, and like it talks more about it and stuff. So yeah, so this is a really, it helped me a lot with my literature review for this topic, just like a place to get started.
What's that one called again, Wesley?
This one's called Elicit, so ELICIT.
Cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so now that kind of leads me into the next platform called Zotero. And I'm not sure if many people have heard about this one here, but it's something that just my peers have brought up to me. And again, it's another one of these extensions here. And I don't think it has like a website per se. It's just like an extension. So so if I were to oh yeah, so this is kind of how it works. So basically, when you do, like for example, find this article, so like, hey, I click here, I click open a new tab, you'd go here and you'd click the Zotero connector. So again, if you guys remember how to get extensions, like you go to the extension website, you download this extension, and it will populate in this little puzzle icon right up here. So you just click the Zotero extension, and then it will pop right into what you see here. And what you see here, like once you log into your account, is all of, let me see if I can actually open the extension. Let's see. Okay, I think if I do this, maybe log in. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay, so you do have to make an account for this. So then you log in, and then this is what shows up. So for example, you saw that I was doing my my like fear, failure, and like anxiety project. So it has all these links here, and it makes it easy for creating citations, especially, and also just to keep all of your research in one place. So like, for example, if you want to select all these, so like I just push like shift, select all of them. And then you can just click on like that button right there. Sorry, I'll show it to you again. This one right here, that when I hover over it for a second, it says create bibliography, and it'll create a bibliography for all the sources that you're working on for a particular research project. So you just literally just copy and paste all this, and then you can choose like what type of citation method you want it to be in, and then you put that right into your bibliography. So yeah, so that makes it really simple and easy. If you just want to go one by one, also like you can see this is the class I'm in. So I put all of the ones I'm working on for my project in this folder, so you can like organize it by class, by project, by folder. And then yeah, so you can have it all in one place, and then you can see all the details here. If you double click, it will take you right back to that link, so you don't have to have like a whole tab of like a trillion links every time you want to re-enter doing research on that project. So yeah, this is a really, really, really good resource that I found. Yeah.
Hi,
Oops, anything in
Syra.
the chat? Hi, Sarah.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good
We're
to
just
see you
getting
here.
the lowdown on all of Wesley's knowledge.
Hi, Wesley, congratulations. I'm sorry I was
Thank
getting a
you.
test.
Oh, no worries at all. No, thanks for being here. Yeah, I'm glad you hopped in. You hopped in at a perfect place. I'm going over some academic tools that I use. So yeah, happy to have you here.
Okay, I'm here, so I will listen to
Yay.
you all.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, so I'll go into my next one. All right, Jamboard is a really, really great tool. Sadly, to see it's actually going to be going away. I think it said like in October. So unfortunately, we may not be able to use this for much longer. But while you can, definitely use it. I used it to actually create some of my lesson plans for interviews that I've had for like teaching positions. So like to give lessons and stuff. And here's just one that was from one of the classes I was in here at Cal. They asked us to use Jamboards. And as you can see, there's so many different tools that people don't often think of. So you can do text boxes, you can change the colors, you can draw, you can add images, you can put sticky notes and everything. And all these features are on the left-hand side here. And then you can create different slides and everything. But yeah, it's a really great place, especially if you like just want students or something to work on this, or if you just want to like use another platform like Google Slides. It's a really great, yeah, just like easy place to do that in. Awesome. Okay, so there's Jamboard, Sketchboard. Sketchboard's a really cool one. This is something that was introduced to me through one of the education classes I was taking. Oh yeah, John, you got a question?
Yeah, sorry. I
Oh,
just
you're good.
have like now that you know we're chatting about Jamboard, it reminded me that sadly Google have made a decision that after December 31st, 2024, Jamboard will not be longer a product. They will discontinue it, sadly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw like a notification or something that popped up. I think I was saying, yeah, that about like I think it said October for me. I don't know when, but yeah. So unfortunately, we might
Yeah,
not
that
get
it's a
Jamboard
bummer
forever.
because
But
I really like Jamboard.
yeah, no, me too. Yeah, Jamboard's a great tool. But yeah, no, thanks for adding that. I appreciate it. Okay, so yeah, so Sketchboard is another one. I think I have my Sketchboard, yeah, right here. So this is just one that I created for a class. Basically, it's yeah, pretty again self-explanatory. That just has a bunch of different tools that you can use as far as like creating, especially like maps that you want to create. So one of our assignments for this class was to make a map for like each unit that we did. So this one was on like segregation. You could put like icons, images, and stuff, and it's free and yeah, again, pretty easy to use. So yeah, so if you ever have even like assignments for students and stuff, Sketchboard is a great platform. Another one that's very similar, but I think it's a little bit more like user friendly and like visually appealing is I think I don't know how it's pronounced exactly, but WEJE. And this one's really nice. As you can see, here's another one that I made for like teaching and learning for another unit for that same class. And basically, like as you can see, it's really organized as far as like you can create arrows to like go to different boxes. You can put quotes from readings that you have. You can kind of separate by color and size. So yeah, so this was another really great platform if you want to make like concept maps or just anything like visual for free, like just on Google. I think maybe it's just like a free account to make, and yeah, it's super easy. And let's see, as you can see here, yeah, you can separate it too by like all the different ones that you've made. So here's just different ones that I've made for like different units. So yeah,
What's the
awesome.
link to that
Yeah,
one? What's it called?
yeah, it's called
Oh,
Ouija, and I can drop this.
WEJE. Okay, got it.
Yeah, and I'll drop that right there in the chat. Cool. Okie dokie. All right, so there's Ouija. So Screencastify. So this is another one I use for that same class. As you can see, that's kind of the diagram that I made. Screencastify is cool if you need to record something, and that's pretty much like its main feature. So not a whole bunch about it. But our teacher wanted us to upload videos of us doing like a voiceover of it. So if there's not already a platform that you use, this is another free and easy one to do. As you can see, I don't think I have video set up or audio set up on here. But yeah, it's just me talking over the points that I was making here. So yeah. Yeah, that's just another little resource there, Screencastify. And also Screencastify has an extension too that kind of helps too. So it helps you record it it helps you record it, yeah, directly in Google Chrome, which is nice. Awesome. Okay, so that's Screencastify. Almost done here. All right, GoodNotes is a really, really great platform. So these are just like a couple notes I've taken for class. I think it's like $8 or something for like lifetime subscription, I think, or something like that. And just to like buy the app. And it's really, really helpful because there's so many different tools on it. As you can see, you can upload readings and take notes directly on there. You can just create like new, as you see on the left-hand side, like new documents with writing. Sorry, I was writing super fast, so like you probably can't read it very well. But you can also add in like text too. So like if you copy and paste text from somewhere else, and put like quotes and stuff. And it's just really nice because, and also for context, this is what I was writing on my iPad. So it's really great for iPad. But the cool thing about it too is that there's an app on the computer as well. And let me go ahead and let's see. Let me stop sharing, then let me open up the computer app and then I'll show you on here. Okay, so here's my GoodNotes little application. Oops, can you guys see the GoodNotes or no? Is it showing anything? You see it? Okay, cool. Okay, so you're seeing me like swipe, you're seeing the GoodNotes, right? Like okay, cool. So yeah, so here's just a few of the different ones that I had. As you can see, these are like some of them that I showed you. Yeah, like I said, you can import documents. So this is a reading that was on like for one of my classes, and I just imported it right into GoodNotes. You can share stuff. You can export pages out. So yeah, so just a really great platform overall. You can also like do like voiceovers, so or not voiceovers, you can record stuff. So if you're actually in lecture, you can start recording it and it will like record what your professor's saying, and when you look back at the recording, you can like stop it when like as you're taking notes. Sorry, it's so cool, it's hard to explain in such little time, but like as you're writing notes, like you could stop it there and listen to what the professor was saying at that time. So again, yeah, just really cool features. GoodNotes is my favorite. There's also the other one, I forget what it's called, but yeah, it's really great. But basically what I'm trying to emphasize here is that this is the same account I have on my iPad. So if I wanted to just like, for example, put notes, let's see, what's like a good example? Yeah, like right here. So for my Soc class, like I would put the slide decks before every class right into here. And I only had to bring one device to class because now instead of like writing all my notes in between, you can just add text boxes, and then just type like your notes as the professor's talking. So yeah, so this is a really great option. And then hey, if you want to bring your iPad instead to class one day, then you just bring your iPad, and then you can just like write over like this stuff too. So it's just a great tool that you can use between devices, which is really nice. Okay, awesome. Let me go ahead and stop share again, and then I'll share my other screen. Okay. Alrighty, and just one more before we end out. I know we're almost done with time. PDF to go. Let me actually exit out of this again because I want to show you guys this feature. So PDF to go is a really, really great platform. Also, if you have any sort of like educator email, I'm pretty sure for the most part, you can get a lot of these features like premium level or whatever. But this is like my one-stop shop for like everything PDF related. So as you can see, there's like so many things you can do on here. My favorite feature, I'm just gonna say, is absolutely making a PDF searchable. I use this for like almost every single day, because all the times like when teachers, just for my scenario, like every time a teacher uploads a reading, it's always like just like some picture that they took or something that like I can't do like searches on. So I'll just download the reading from the website, upload it here, and then it will make it like completely like searchable. So you can start like searching for things, which makes just doing research and reading a whole lot easier. But as you can see, I use it for a whole bunch of other things. Like if you want to make it into a Word document, if you want to edit it, if you want to merge PDFs, I use this a lot for that too. And all of this is free and like all on one website. And I think it's pretty user friendly too. So yeah. Alrighty, well, that brings us to the end, almost right on time. Thank you everybody so much for listening. I hope that helped. And yeah, feel free if you like need
Yay.
a little bit more insight on any of these, just let me know. I'm always happy to talk more about them. But yeah, thank you.